All right. So, giving this rig a try here, just kind of having a little bit of a little chat on the sofa here. So, Christmas Blood, 2017. I mentioned that I had some problems with it in my spoiler-free review as far as the overall tone of it goes. And ultimately, that kind of comes down to just how cruel it felt. There was a lot of just a hateful overtone to it that was really hard to get beyond. And again, I covered in the spoiler-free review, that kind of comes down to how it can't really have its cake and eat it too. You can't have something that's so serious in tone, but then tackle the actual material with such a reverence and so much over-the-top aspects to it. What do I mean by that? Well, for instance, this movie only has one person of color in it. And, okay, fine. It's a movie that was filmed and set in Norway. There's an element there of what are you going to do? But at the same time, that one character was just the worst person imaginable. Just a terrible human being. In a movie that was filled with pretty much fairly neutral characters, aside from a date rapist, which kind of came out of nowhere, again, leading to having this serious tone and this really kind of weird, abrupt, unnecessary element of viciousness. And then again, the Santa, he's targeting this lady, or at least the mother that has passed, and he doesn't know that she's passed, but just killing anyone and everyone in his wake, which, fine, you're going to have a slasher, you're going to need bodies. That makes sense. But the indiscriminate and hateful nature of it really was a bit jarring. For instance, yeah, he killed the date rapist. That felt like a win. Okay, horror movies. Bad people do bad things, they get their comeuppance. Awesome. But then he kills the girl. And not only does he kill the girl, but he literally kills her by swinging an axe into her vagina. It's hard to escape some sort of symbolism of just this anger. It really felt like there was this overtone of anger and hate imbued in the movie, not just with the villain, but overall. And as far as the Ratika character being just the most imaginably unimpressive human being alive, what with going after her friend and asking her about her mother passing away a month after it happened, smoking a joint in her house after she asked her not to, fucking somebody's best boyfriend. Just the list goes on and on. But as far as that goes, fine. Sometimes you need somebody in horror movies that is going to act like cannon fodder, and it helps set up a certain level of glee in their death. Typically by having them be reprehensible human beings. I'm just saying that if you're going to have a singular person of color in your movie, it becomes a little bit problematic on a representation front if that's going to be your cannon fodder foil. And that part with the joint really didn't sit well with me either. The fact that the main character, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the name now, but the main character finding the stub and asking this friend, did you do this? No. Did you do this? No. Did you do this? No. Then going to the Ratika character and saying, did you do this? I told you not to. And then having her reply, are you asking me because I'm black? Why don't you ask the white people? People of color are marginalized, and they're often treated differently under the same set of controlled circumstances as white people. And the idea that you're going to make your character have that as their default response speaks to a level of vitriol that I just couldn't rally behind. There are legitimate reasons for people of color to question the motives of the people that are coming at them, and to trivialize it in such a way just felt wrong. And so all of that with these characters and this tone of viciousness and so on, I just couldn't really rally behind some of the gore that I was watching in a way that I typically would with a lot of Christmas horror movies, especially the ones that are trying for that level of gore and camp and fun. I couldn't find myself having a whole lot of fun with it, even as the blood was flowing freely. And I thought that that was just a hell of a shame. Again, I'm not really that offended. I don't offend very easily. But I do sometimes see things that I think are socially problematic, and for me, that's just a little bit tough to get around. When we're dealing with a tone of comedy or camp or satire, it becomes a little bit easier. It becomes a little bit more that the movie's taking a magnifying glass to society. But when we're dealing with something that is dark and gritty and real, and we're still presented with this level of extravagance in the characters and their stations and roles and responses, just didn't sit well. So I guess that's what's really holding me back from just blanket saying I fully recommend Christmas Blood, because the fact of the matter is I don't. And I really wanted to. I really liked what I was watching there. I liked the gritty tone of it. I liked a lot of this element. I kind of wish we saw more of that with Christmas horror movies. They tend to kind of get shoehorned in their little festive merriment, and I imagine I'm going to see a lot of that in the next 24 days. So having something that felt gritty and real and boots on the ground was a refreshing change of pace, and I was hoping to be able to recommend it. I just can't bring myself to do it. So I'm curious what your thoughts are. If you saw what I saw, I don't know. I'm probably opening myself up for some pretty nasty comments. All I can really say is I hope that if you're going to enter into this discussion with me, that it be a fruitful one and a respectful one. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you tomorrow on the next Advent Calendar, A Christmas Horror. Until then.